Hey everyone, welcome back to Brutal Reviews. Today we're looking at the ASRock B450M Steel Legend motherboard. Now to be fair, this board does have some real positives. A lot of users praised the BIOS being easy to navigate, the value for money, the nice design, and the fact that it works well with Ryzen CPUs like the Ryzen 5 3600 and Ryzen 7 3700X. Some even said it's beginner-friendly enough that a kid could build a PC with it. And honestly, for the price, that sounds amazing. But here's the problem. This motherboard has been reviewed by thousands online, and while many people like it, a noticeable number of users had seriously bad experiences. We're talking almost 5% negative reviews all over the internet. And based on the most helpful one-star reviews, here are the 6 biggest issues people keep complaining about. Issue number 1, the RAM and XMP support is an absolute nightmare. One of the most common complaints is that this board just doesn't play nice with RAM, especially if you're trying to use XMP. Multiple users said they bought multiple RAM kits, even ones supposedly supported, and still couldn't get XMP working properly. Others said the board crashes, gives blue screens, or refuses to boot unless the RAM is lowered to slower speeds like 2,933 MHz or 3,000 MHz. Issue number 2. Boot loops and random failures that make you question your sanity. A lot of users reported boot loop issues, where the system keeps restarting, resets RAM back to 2,133 MHz, or just gets stuck on the ASRock logo screen. One reviewer literally said, "Google ASRock boot loop, then pick something else." That is not a review, that's a warning label. Issue number 3. M.2 and NVMe support is unreliable, and sometimes straight-up destructive. This one is scary. One user said both M.2 slots stopped working after only 2 days. Another reviewer claimed the board destroyed 3 M.2 SSDs and kept dropping drives randomly. Imagine spending money on fast NVMe storage, and your motherboard decides to eat it like a snack. Issue number 4. BIOS updates can literally brick the motherboard. Several reviewers complained about BIOS updates causing major issues. One user said BIOS version 2.4 bricked not one, but 2 separate motherboards, leaving the PC with no video output, no USB power, and barely spinning fans. Updating BIOS should improve stability, not turn your PC into a lifeless metal brick. Issue number 5. Random crashes, BSODs, and parts dropping out of nowhere. Users reported random blue screens, SSDs disappearing, systems rebooting by themselves, and crashes that got worse over time. One reviewer said after updating BIOS, things got even worse, including fan monitoring problems. Another user gave up entirely and swapped to a different motherboard because the system became unusable. Issue number 6. Bad build quality and awful support. Only the RGB seems to work. Some reviews are just brutal. One user said the board was dead in less than 6 months. Another said nothing worked except the RGB. Another flat out said it belongs in the trash. And the cherry on top? People complained that the software is horrible, conflicts with Windows, and tech support is basically useless. Final verdict: the ASRock B450M Steel Legend looks great on paper, and the price is tempting. Some users do get a stable build, and when it works, it can feel like a bargain. But based on these one-star reviews, the big problem is reliability. RAM issues, boot loops, BIOS bricking, dead boards, and NVMe failures. These are not small problems. These are the kind of problems that make you waste weekends, lose money, and slowly lose your mind. So here's the brutal verdict: good budget option if you get lucky, but too risky if you want a stable system. If you value your time and sanity, you might want to spend a little more and go with a more reliable brand. Buy link is in the description.